Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. I am going to do a reading this morning. I feel the energy is off the chain today. I was out doing my morning walk, and it seems like everyone was vibing this morning. Everybody had their music on, and it was like the energy this morning is off the chains. And so I had to come and do a energy read just to see what's in the air. I did one yesterday, the reading of the week, and there was a peculiar energy that is very transformative and very imaginative. Like there's something very powerful in the cosmos, in the ethers, that's transforming things. And I want to tap into it and see. I said that I was going to follow up this week if I experienced anything. And for those of you that watch, to follow up too and comment if you're feeling that as well. So I'm telling you, the energy this morning was off the chain. Everybody that I passed by just had like this vibe about them. The energy where I went to walk was very strong. So here I am to follow up and see what that is all about. I'm going to tap into the astrology first and foremost through signs, houses, and planets and see what comes out. And so like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. My name is Leticia. Where's my manners? And this channel is Blood Moon Oracle. If this is your first time stopping by, feel free to subscribe. If this is your thing, if you're into divination, listen, this is where it's at. Become a part of the community here on the channel as we are building. And let's see what comes out. Okay, welcome or welcome back, either or. All right, Spirit, what is the energy today? I hope you guys are well. Give me 1 second while I lay out the energies, okay? So when I look into the houses, or the signs, excuse me, Gemini is coming out, Aries is coming out, and Taurus is coming out in the signs today. You may be one of these. You may be connected to one of these. You may have one of these energies very heavily in your chart. When we talk about Gemini, this is about information being communicated. This is all about translating energy or information, and it's almost like the vibrations of that, right? Of what's being communicated. There's something that's happening as a result of that communication through Gemini. Again, you don't have to be a Gemini. You could have Gemini heavy in your chart. You could be connected with a Gemini. When we look at Aries, the energy of Aries always brings a challenge. Aries is very highly motivated. And so these energies bring in you being motivated. So there could be things that you are pursuing right now and you are motivated, and just high frequency energy around going after that you want. That's the energy of Aries. Aries is very tenacious. So this is the energy coming out through Aries. This is around your desires and being able to show up like in your authenticity and just be real about it. Like, very blunt. And as a matter of fact, that communication may be coming through like that. This is what it is. This is what I want. This is what I'm going after. And yeah, right. And so there's lots of energy around that as well. And then we have Taurus, which brings in this very grounded, stable energy, leadership energy, being willing to not only declare what you want, but being willing to go after it, maybe even stand on that, pay the price for it, right? Again, I'm getting this very direct energy, this very direct communication or direct representation coming out here in the energy with Taurus. Again, Taurus is very leadership driven, exemplifying, not only saying what you mean, but demonstrating that through your actions, being willing to carry that through whatever the cost, right? So that's the energy coming out in the signs, Gemini, Aries, and Taurus. And then when we look at the houses, we're looking into the 10th house. We could be talking about responsibilities, being very successful around what it is that you are responsible for. You could be a person of status or a person of authority in some type of way. 10th house is all about you carrying your position well. Yeah. and you actually being on the path of your destiny, whatever that is. It could be around career, but it could just be around life in general. I almost feel like you are aligning with what you've been called to do or where you've been called to be in the 10th house, whatever that is. So it might be useful with the houses if you want to look in your birth chart and see what aligns with your 10th house. You're very successful in that area right now, or you have the ability to be, if you communicate very honestly and as a matter of factly and stand on that, and maybe not even back down, not take no for an answer. I also see the third house coming out. And this is all about connections, making the right connections, and maybe even exploring ideas. Threes are all about creativity as well, and following through on those ideas as it pertains to your connections. Maybe the third house, your ideas. There's something that is possibly manifesting with your whatever you're thinking, your imagination, honing in on that. And I'm hearing whatever's coming up, don't just allow it to go by, but entertain those ideas. I feel like spirit could be giving someone downloads with the third house coming out here. But again, look in your third house if you are familiar with your birth chart. This could give you more information about what specifically this is talking about for you. And then we have the 7th house, which is all about diplomacy within your relationships, and you actually getting some. Immediately when I look at the 7th house, justice came up. So there's some justice that's playing out for you in regards to your relationship. So heavy communication, heavy self-empowerment, and high status, effectiveness. Let's see what comes out in the planets, how the planets are being influenced right now. I think we just stepped into a new moon. That's what comes out, the moon. We just stepped into a new moon. And so Mercury comes out, the moon comes out, and then Venus. So this is pretty interesting energy, very alluring. This might appear a little delulu or woo-woo, but it's not. I feel like spirit is backing this. Whatever those ideas, whatever that imagination is drawing up, there's something about you being encouraged to not just see it as an idea passing through. You're meant to take action on it, right? Mercury brings in the energy again of communication. Like, take a moment to stop and ask questions around what the downloads are that you're being given and analyze it. You could already be doing this. And there's something about you allowing those ideas to lead you. Let your mind tell you how to do, right? Follow those ideas. Don't just allow them to pass by unanalyzed. With Mercury, Mercury wants you to not only analyze it, but maybe even translate that into words. Maybe write it down is a good thing. Write down those ideas so that they don't just pass through and you forget. And then I'm looking at the moon too, is all about accepting something, being willing to defend something, and trusting what you're feeling. The moon is very intuitive. It's very feminine energy. And so there's something about acceptance, receiving, flow, going with the flow, being receptive of what's coming out right now. The moon can sometimes tend to take us into a little bit of delulu, but in this case, because of what's coming out in the signs, the houses, and the planets, I don't feel like it's delulu. I feel like there is some something that spirit wants you to carry through, or to understand that this aligns with something about your destiny came out here. And then lastly, we have Venus coming out, very Venusian energy. It just feels, think of Venusian energy. We're many times talking about things that bring us pleasure, or things that are very attractive, things that are pulling us and drawing us in. And it could also talk about very enjoyable times as well. I love this energy. Let me know if this is resonating for you by liking, sharing, commenting. I'm going to go ahead and get some of my tea and see if we can get more energy around what's coming out today. What is this energy we're feeling today, Spirit? What is the energy coming out today? All right. Alrighty then. So we have August. There could be something very significant happening in August of this year. I also have December as well. Something very significant about December. You could have a birthday in August or a birthday in December, or you're connected to someone with birthdays in those months that's very significant for you. I also have Fox and Shark coming out. So there's something about this moment right now where Spirit could be directing you to actually be very critical and analyze this moment. And there's something about business that may be significant here, or your personal business, handling your personal business with shrewdness and resourcefulness. When we think of a fox is very, not necessarily sneaky. It can be considered that way. I think in this case, it's leading you, or you could be in this energy where you're very watchful in trying to analyze and decide, like, from which angle to approach something. Or what is exactly needed, right, in this situation. There's a sense of a critical approach, I feel like, that is present here in this reading. Also, a cautiousness with Shark. This cautions to take care to avoid any kind of loss, right? Mental, physical, emotional, material, financial. There could be a caution here that's in the approach, or that is in the environment. Spirit is letting you know to be cautious, to move with caution here. I also have Skull Ear coming out. I do feel like there is a lot of good news coming out in this energy today. You could hear something very good, or you just heard some good news, something that you wanted to hear, something that made your day. Maybe you're listening to good music. Like, that was me today. I was like on my walk and singing. I didn't care who heard me. The energy is just beautiful today. It's a vibe, okay? You could be a vibe today. And it's almost like sometimes when you carry that kind of energy, you awaken the room when you step in. You could be the reason why everybody is in this energy. It's very catchy and magnetic, and like it's like a fire that others catch when they're near you, right? You can enter a room and just change the whole atmosphere of the room by just the energy that you carry. And so this could be you. I also feel like with Skull, it's also just letting you know to be aware, because what you don't know may have a huge impact and may have the ability to affect you in a negative way. And so that's part of being analytical, approaching with caution. Those are things that I'm hearing here today. I'm going to go ahead and get some energy from my Secret Wisdoms deck. What else do we need to know about this energy today, Spirit? Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. All good energy. I always tend to be really on alert, especially when good things are happening. It's like, okay, what's going on? Let me guard this, because as soon as you enter into good energy, there's always something or possibly someone that wants to come and steal that from you. Not today. Not this time. I see you. Okay. So we have the Spirit Whisperer coming out. Spirit is talking to somebody. Are you listening? Are you listening? The Diamond Dreamer. Okay. You got any dreamers out there? Baby, listen. Gaia's Garden. Beautiful energy. I'm loving this. So beautiful. The Hawk Prince. The Shadow Queen. And I hope this is recording good. Yesterday, my recording was kind of, it sounded kind of itchy or muffled. And then the Dream Walker. So I'm getting lots of energy around that imaginative energy, dream, shadow, spirit. These are all things that are elements possibly of energy behind the scenes that you may not necessarily see with your eyes unless you're looking with that eye, which your first eye. But the spirit may be bringing out the energy and guiding you very closely. Maybe you have a very direct connection with spirit or your higher power, and you are being guided right now very closely, very directly. Um, and there's a sense of a strong connection or a higher knowing that's being revealed right now. You may be seeing things unfolding before your eyes that you knew before it even came to pass in the physical realm. I get that energy. With Spirit Whisperer, this talks about you receiving divine guidance, okay? Not just counsel from another person, but counsel straight from the heavens, straight from the spirit realm. This also may be a very prosperous time with Diamond Dreamer, where things are unfolding, things are increasing, and you may be experiencing just an overflow, just an abundance. And y'all know when I talk about abundance, I'm not talking about money or things. I'm talking about living life in this very beautiful way where you lack nothing. This may be a time where you just feel so full, like you feel like your cup is just overflowing. Maybe some of you guys even feel like you're walking on sunshine. I'm hearing that song. I'm walking on sunshine. Oh, right. You may be feeling like you're walking on air, just feeling very light and free right now. Because it's a time, I believe, with Gaia's Garden, again, it's giving more energy of abundance right now. And you just being able to, this may be a time where many of you are really reaping the harvest of what you've sown. A lot of times we have seasons. There's a season of sowing. You know, maybe there's a season of loss, a season of sorrow. Right now, your season is the season of reaping. And I feel like Spirit is allowing you to pull in everything that you've sown in the past that you've yet to see. Like, and this could even go back as far as 20 years. Like, this is reaping season. And I feel like I'm just seeing this big space of land where things are just popping up. They're growing. And it's almost like spring, how everything just blossoms all around you. This is a very beautiful, abundant season for whoever you are that's watching. If that's you, sure, you comment and let me know. And then I also feel like, again, there's the energy with the Hawk Prince of spirit communication. And Spirit wants you to really, 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 I can't overemphasize this. This is the time to pay attention to what's being said. Don't let it. And then the number 11 is accompanying this card. The number 11 is very significant for me. That may be your life path number. But usually when the number 11 pops up for me, that means that Spirit wants you to keep going, not doubt yourself or not doubt the path that you're currently on. You are on the right path. Spirit says, keep moving in that direction. Keep going. You're going in the right direction. Things are unfolding exactly as they should. But furthermore, you could be receiving lots of communication through Spirit. Again, pay attention. Spirit is letting you know, don't let these ideas, don't let these downloads pass by unaddressed or unattended. It's almost like untapped knowledge. I feel like for some of you, you could be getting downloads where Spirit is directing you, but for some reason, I don't know if you're doubting it or you're needing more confirmation. Sometimes to act on it is the confirmation, or it's going to show you that you were right. So Spirit may in fact be wanting you to act on the information that you are receiving, and it will prove itself correct for someone, whoever that is. I also feel like the Shadow Queen is bringing in what you are asking for. So if you are asking for information, maybe there's something that you're not sure of, there's something that you need more information about, it's coming in right now. That may be the downloads. It's something that you've asked for confirmation for. But are you paying attention? Do you remember? That might be why it's important to write something down so that you will remember that you asked for this information, or you asked for this clarity, so that when it comes in, you don't forget that you've asked for this and you receive this information, and do with it what you will, what you need to. Lastly, again, that dream energy with the dream walker. There's something about you being connected to something bigger than you, the collective good. Your dream may be directly correlated to the collective good. There's something about what you desire that's not only good for you, and is going to be like fulfillment for you, but it's something that is going to touch or connect many. And the energy of illusions come out. And so I still get that very dream-like energy. And it could be interpreted as woo-woo or delulu, but this isn't. Spirit keeps saying that. This is not delulu energy. Okay? I'm just going to pull a little tarot and then we'll end it here. Let's see, what else do we need to know? What is this about? Who am I talking to? First of all, let's ask that. How will they know this is for them? I have the 10 of Wands coming out, okay? The 10 of Wands. So you are currently someone who, first of all, is not new to the game. Like, you are a hard worker. You carry your weight well, as we saw in the houses, the signs, and the planets. Like, you are someone who carry a lot of responsibility and has been successful at it. That may be interpreted as good or not. Just because you can carry a lot doesn't mean that you should. However, I do feel like you are someone who carries a lot of weight, but also someone who has obviously a good balance to be able to carry a lot. There's a lot that you've learned about what you've experienced and what you've had to carry that taught you how to, maybe many very valuable life lessons that brought you to this place. I feel like whoever you are, you're very strong. Maybe you find yourself in burnout often because you carry so much. A lot of people may depend on you in one way or another. And then the 10 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. It doesn't have to be a Sagittarius, but you could be connected to one or have this energy deep in your chart. 10 of Wands, yeah. The hard worker or the load bearer, okay? Let's see, what else here? We have the 6 of Pentacles coming out here. Yeah, like I said, lots of people may depend on you in one way or another, but I feel like right now the situation that's coming up is about you, again, reaping a harvest right now. In all the ways that you have been dependable for others, now it's your turn to receive. Spirit is saying this season is about you receiving in ways that you have given, in ways that you have been dependable and responsible. And right, this is about you receiving the support that you need and benefiting, from support given to you. I also feel like it could be, Pentacles usually does talk about the material world. So we could be talking about materials or finances, things, but more than that, this is about the energy of reciprocation. Being in a very balanced situation where whatever you give, it will be reciprocated. Or whatever it is that you desire to go after will be supported and backed. You have a team, and it could be like a team, a spirit team, or a team of individuals of support, something like that. So the energy that you're in right now is one that backs you 100%, 110%. And furthermore, you are in reaping season, like you are reaping like in all ways. I also feel like this is a season of healing for someone. The 10 of Swords comes out. Of course, we've all been through stuff, right? We've all been to the point where we feel like we are scraping the bottom of the pudding cup. But there's something about this energy right now that provides an opportunity of deep soul healing. There may be scars that have existed for a while. I feel like that is what Spirit is given an opportunity to heal in this season with the 10 of Wands. Is lifting some heavy burden from you mentally, emotionally, so that you no longer feel under pressure or weighted down. You no longer have to watch your back. There's a situation Spirit is bringing you into where you will feel safe and covered and cared for. I'm hearing that very loudly. This is an opportunity to allow yourself to receive, not only to reap back, but also to receive like the healing that you deserve. So whatever this is very healing too. So the Queen of Cups comes out. This might be a time to be vocal, to allow your voice to be heard, to say what's on your mind, what's on your heart, to let it be known what you know. right? This is not a time to make yourself small. For the most part, that's what I'm getting. You're not. You're anything but. And so Spirit may be asking you to rise to the occasion, rise to your position. There's nothing about shrinking that is beneficial, right? It's almost like you being placed in a position to maybe even set an example or to make a difference. There's something about Spirit saying you are already empowered and in place to do a thing. Maybe you already have done a thing, right? I almost feel like it's like the energy that you have arrived. Spirit is letting you know you've arrived. You have everything that you need. And what you don't have, it's right there at your disposal. See the owl, the white owl? That represents a spirit guide. That represents your help in the spirit when it comes to wisdom needed, in conjunction or in connection with the sword that she holds in her hand that represents the knowledge. Like, this is powerhouse energy. Spirit is letting you know you're in this energy right now. Let's see. Yeah, King of Cups. I feel like this is a time of receiving for someone. This is a time of not only receiving, but you even giving to yourself. The hard work that you put in, the heavy load that you carry, all of the benefits and the rewards of the work that you put in, you are the first recipient of that, right? This is you giving back to yourself, and this is you being open to allow others to give to you as well. For some of you, this could be about a divine love message coming towards you. Whether it's straight from the divine, letting you know how much you are cared for and the fact that you have not been forgotten. All that you have poured out has not been forgotten or gone unnoticed. Like, you will reap everything that you have sown. So don't be worried, okay? Let's see. The moon comes out as soon as I say don't be worried, right? We will be, because it feels like very woo-woo energy, dream-like energy, very elusive energy that we're feeling energetically. Things may not have practically appeared, right? It may still feel like a very dream-like reality. However, this is a time to trust. This is a time, again, this is the second time the moon came out. It came out in the planets in the beginning. This is a time for you to allow yourself to be led by your intuition. What are you feeling? Trust that. Okay? I feel like Spirit is saying that very loudly. As you move forward here, you will need to be able to trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust what you're feeling. Even though you may not see with these eyes, there's something that you're seeing with this eye that you can actually trust. Also listen to your intuition. Yeah. This may be a time too you're heading towards that's going to be emotionally charged, right? The moon brings lots of emotions, and I'm feeling like a movement of the sea, just very passionate, emotional energy, connecting to what you're seeing in your first eye. And so you're heading into a time where you will need to trust yourself, deeply spiritual time. I feel like you've already really allowed yourself to do the hard work. When we talk about the hermit, this is very deep spiritual energy of going within and seeking for inner guidance. See how he's holding the light in his hand or her hand? Like, you've done a lot of healing work, a lot of inner work. You've done a lot of shadow work, a lot of seeking for guidance that you've received. That's part of what places you in this Queen of Swords energy. Like, you have arrived for whoever you are. So if you are feeling like I'm not ready, I still got work to do, Spirit may be telling you something different. I don't know. I feel like this is past energy. It's work that you have done. I know one of the things that's been very heavy on me has been healing. That's what I've been doing. That has been my pastime, preoccupation. That's what Spirit has been giving me to do over the past, I don't know how many years. And I'm thankful that I took the opportunity, that I allowed myself to take the challenge to do it, because what we do today, we see evidence of that tomorrow. for show. And so if you have been healing, if this does sound, like you, and you have been healing, you are seeing the benefits of that right now. Okay. Right now, you're seeing it. Let's get a couple more. Ooh, time flies when you're having fun. You are being seen as the King of Wands. This very highly passionate, affectionate, inspirational, almost like someone that can do anything. And I don't know why I'm getting a picture of Thor. Like, maybe you are a Thor fan. I don't know why I'm getting a picture of Thor. Like somebody who is just capable of doing anything. And you may not be like this big, giant Hulk sculpted person, but that could be how your energy feels. There's something about your energy that's big, that's tall, right? There's something about your energy that takes up space. That, as I was saying, when you walk into rooms, it changes the environment of the rooms. I love this. Someone who loves a challenge, that goes in and gets the job done. You could also be someone who is like a go-to person if you need something done, or if you need to know how to do something. You are like the go-to person. There's something very attractive about you right now. Something very alluring about you. You could be very high vibrational right now. You may be having like this unusual response. Like people just, if you find people are just staring at you and you're like, what are you staring at? It's because your aura is possibly very, it's emanating, right? Your aura. See, like the light he's holding on the top of this wand, that's like kind of like what people are seeing. They may not even know what they're seeing, but there's something that draws people to you. They may not mean to stare, but they can't help it, right? And you may find people staring at you, and then when you look at them, they turn away because they don't want you to know that they're staring at you. But there's something very, something very interesting about you. Yeah, right now. I do see in the immediate future, there's lots of kind of like celebration. I feel like a celebration. See the music, kind of like how I was feeling in the park today. It was like this environment or this energy of celebration. Like everybody had their headphones on and it was just like jamming to the music and just like flowing with the energy. There's just something very magical on my walk today. I love it. I was like, I needed this. Thank you. But that's the energy that you are in, possibly at this moment. Feeling very successful, feeling like you on cloud nine, just like floating, very stable, harmonious, and very comfortable. If you have connections and people that you are around right now are very supportive and very content, very happy energy. I feel like it's just a good energy within your group, your community, wherever you are. The people that you are around are on your level, okay? And it's like just a celebration. Maybe there are things that you have just achieved as a group or as a team or as a community, as a family, as a unit, and the celebration around that is like, yes, we made it, we did it. There's something that's being celebrated energetically, I feel like. All right, what else? And it's more to come with the Chariot here. I feel like you are on a mission and people better get out the way so they don't get ran over. But this is a time to make sure that you are, doing a lot of self-care. Maybe this is what you desire. It's not to burn yourself out, even though it's good. Like there's some awareness around you needing the time. You could be someone who can only take so much. I understand that you can only take so much of the social energy, and then you have to withdraw to like pour back into yourself to recharge. It's like there is a need or a hope that you will be able to stay balanced, right? You see one horse is white, one horse is black. That's all about balance as you're moving forward in this beautiful, successful, victorious space. Like you're not done. Spirit is like, we are just getting started. But balance is very important here. Pacing yourself is very important here. Even though the chariot may move fast, has the ability to move fast with two horses, it doesn't necessarily have to. Pacing is very important with this energy. You don't have to rush, but be guided and be steady in your movement forward. Okay. I feel like Spirit is saying, what is yours is yours. And that's just it. Like, you don't have to chase what's yours because it's yours, right? And so with that being said, don't feel like you have to rush in, right? Take your time. Focus on balance more than achievement. Steady wins the race. Slow and steady. Okay. And then lastly, all right, we have the High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune, which is what we end up with. This very beautiful balance of you knowing who you are, trusting what you know, and also being open and submitted and being able to flow with the universe. There's a beautiful balance between the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess. It's like you can move powerfully within yourself and what you know, while also simultaneously being open to the flow of spirit, right? That's where all of this is leading. The Wheel of Fortune also is very high fortunate energy, like favor's not fair type of energy. People may look at you and be like, well, why you deserve that? Well, why him? Why her? Right? Well, favor's not fair. There's something about you moving or ending up in this energy where you might be very envied for some reason, wherever you're going. But whatever this is, you will enjoy it. Feel like you're heading towards a place, no matter how good life is right now, it's about to get a whole lot better. And I feel you feel this with the High Priestess. Yeah. I am feeling like Spirit is saying, stay grounded and trust yourself. There's a lot that's coming. The Ace of Wands is that new energy coming in. Beautiful, beautiful energy. I love that. New joy, new opportunities, new creations. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to get, I also was on my walk this morning and I was thinking of my animal oracle deck. For those of you that know me, you know that I love the animals. I love squirrels and birds. And I was on a walk the other morning and I walk around this water where there's lots of turtles in the water. And someone had taken one of the turtles out and moved it out towards the sidewalk. And I was like, why would they do that? And I know the turtle didn't come out of the water and walk all the way over here overnight. And so I took the turtle, I picked it up with the plastic bag and took it back to the water and put it in the water. But I love animals. I love nature. I love, just everything at this point in life. And as I was on my walk this morning, my animal spirit oracle deck came out. And so I'm going to pull just a couple of these and see, maybe just one or two. Let's see what comes out. I feel called to this deck this morning. I hope you guys are well today. All right. Yep, two came out. Let's see. Armadillo. Set healthy boundaries. I feel like this is definitely important because no matter how good it gets, I feel like even as it gets gooder and gooder and gooder, the more boundaries we need. This is a number 3. So it's like as we are creating with the universe, with God, however you want to see your divine source, as we're creating with them, I feel like the more we are expanding, the more we also need to be balanced with boundaries as well. Okay. Balance came out very heavily here today. And then we have the Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. And it's a number 32, which ends up being a 5. Many changes are about to come in, beautiful changes. But I also feel like with Hawk Spirit, it talks about you allowing the guidance to come in. And if you do, it will give you a greater view, a greater distance of view, a greater realm of awareness as well. But there's some changes that are coming in that's going to be things that need some guidance and some direction, okay, to give you that greater span of view so that you can see more clearly. Yeah. So this armadillo card talks about it being a very tricky time. This is a time where you may feel that you're enmeshed with others, overly concerned with how they will take it if you say no or express how you really feel. It may be a time that you feel anxious about saying no to someone, or you may capitulate, not knowing the outcome and if it'll be in your best interest. Yeah. So this may be a time to set good boundaries, not feel like you have to dive in and rescue people, but instead give them the freedom of learning lessons, right? I always say too, rather than giving people fish, teach them how to fish. I'm that way. I'm like, I don't want the fish. Teach me, right? So that I don't have to be dependent on you. I'm somebody that does not like to be dependent on other people. I like to be able to go out and get it myself, right? Don't give me the fish. Teach me how to fish. Teach me what I need to know to be successful. I think we do a better service for people that are in need if we do that. Okay. Because none of us will be here forever, especially as it pertains to our children. That's the best thing that we can give them. Not necessarily things, but skills, knowledge, guidance, right? And, they always get to that point where they feel like they don't need none of that. They know the way, they know everything, but baby, they always come back around when they realize they don't know. And it's in our best benefit to be ready to give them what they're ready for when they're ready for it. Okay. So that's what Armadillo Spirit is all about. You setting good boundaries, being honest with yourself and others, and facing your fears too, telling the truth and setting good boundaries. There's something about there being a response to that. So Spirit may be calling you to stand in this position, especially with the Queen of Swords and all of this energy of authority that came out. You may be needing to take a stand, to really stand in your power, not people pleasing, not taking on more than you need to, like with the 10 of Wands. That may be what you have done in the past, but you're being called to a higher level of service from a different perspective, and avoiding things that will cause you to lose integrity as well. This is a time that's bringing in a message of protection from Armadillo Spirit, and you can relax. Right? You can relax. Sometimes we need to live and let live. Okay. For those that may be around us that may be reacting defensively for us, it may be a time to step back and just trust that, Spirit will have its way. Okay. You don't have to control the situation. Just let it unfold. And with Hawk Spirit, letting Spirit be your guide. This may be a time where you could be noticing things, red flags, even within yourself, right? You could be noticing that, or things that Spirit is bringing to your attention that it would be an opportune time to address. I feel like this is also talking about those downloads coming through. This feels like information Spirit is giving you, and it could be even about yourself. Not ignoring those thoughts, not ignoring those flags that are being raised in your consciousness. Spirit wants you to stop and listen to the messages you're receiving from Spirit. Take time to do things like observe patterns that you're seeing and not dismiss them from your intuition. Even if these are messages, like I was saying, all this elusive energy, even if the messages are not supported by evidence in your physical world, Spirit is wanting you to stop and receive these messages intentionally. Investigate these messages. What are you saying, Spirit? What does this mean? What do you want me to do? Some of the things may feel illogical to listen to right now, but Spirit wants you to listen anyway. Okay. Sometimes it may come in as you requesting this information. You want certain signs or certain messages to mean what you want them to mean, or you may be interpreting them through lenses of wishful thinking or projecting your desire onto things a certain way. But this is really calling you more to be open and allow Spirit to interpret that. Okay, take heart that you are loved and Spirit wants the best for you. Spirit wants the best for us. And anytime Spirit is asking you to align with the plan, with Spirit's plan. It is for your highest good. Maybe we don't see. The Hawk Spirit is about seeing from a greater perspective, right? So there are lots of things that we don't see, but it is for your highest good. So the Hawk Spirit is asking that you listen, number one, and follow the signs. You're receiving signs and synchronicities. Yes, follow the signs. Also, along the way, there's something about doing heart checks. I'm hearing that too. Checking your motives. Why are you doing the thing? Or why are you being selective with your hearing? You want to hear certain things, but not other things. I do that. That's the message for me. But that's the message I'm getting. Oh, I love this. I love this. This is the message today. I'm going to end it there because we are well within almost an hour. And so if anything resonated, let me know. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. And just to point out the energies that came out in the tarot, we have Sagittarius, Taurus energy, Gemini energy, Aquarius energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, Pisces energy, Virgo energy, Sagittarius energy, Aries energy again, Pisces, Cancer, and Sagittarius. Okay. Lots of fire out here on the board today. My goodness. I hope your day is going just as beautifully with that same energy that I was feeling. Let me know. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.